So at this point, I would like to call upon Ms. Rose, who is actually going to read a statement on behalf of the Honourable Janet Rice, who is a Greens representative in the Federal Parliament, and herself, because of some commitments, could not come and speak to you all directly, to come and read that statement. Please put your hands together for Ms. Rose. Thank you.
I'm sorry I'm unable to be with you this evening. I want you to know that the Australian Greens support you and stand with you. We call on the Australian Government to stop forced deportation of Hazara asylum seekers back to Afghanistan, and we call for the immediate release of the kidnapped Hazaras. I acknowledge and thank members of the Hazara community who I have stood side by side with at refugee rallies and events over the years, including my friends John Gozari and Ali Yacobi, and so many others, including Zakia Baig and Mohammed Bakiri. It's through you that I have connected with the Hazara community in Australia and learnt what you are going through here in Afghanistan and Pakistan and other places in the world that the Hazara community have fled to. Thank you so much for your ongoing tireless work on behalf of us all. It is on behalf of us all because the well-being of people across the world is our well-being. We are not an island. If there are people suffering persecution anywhere in the world, then we are all impacted. We all suffer. It's almost a year ago now in June that last year I was on my journey to Canberra on my bike, listening to people before I took up my seat as a Victorian Senator. In Shepparton, I met 80 Hazara refugees from Afghanistan and Pakistan. My heart went out to them. Most were not allowed to work or study and didn't know if they will be allowed to stay. They worried about their families and suffered from depression. But the thing that struck me most was how they all just wanted to settle down, to put down roots in a safe and secure community and contribute to Australia, like so many refugees before them. One man I met told me that he had worked on vaccination programs in Afghanistan. He'd been targeted by the Taliban because he was an advisor to NATO Special Forces. He'd be dead if he hadn't fled. What an asset to Australia he'd be if he could work in community health here. Yet our government is being so cruel and uncaring, not providing asylum, sending people back to kidnapping, torture and their deaths. I and the Greens are disgusted, ashamed and appalled to be witness to the continued gross mistreatment of our fellow human beings. I truly hope that in my time in Parliament we can change the way Australia treats those seeking refuge and asylum. I promise that the well-being of you and your community, both here in Australia and in Afghanistan, will continue to be a priority for me, for our refugee spokesperson Sarah Hanson-Young and the Greens overall. Thank you.